Okay. Right. Now, just a quick thing. I do not know why. Let me see. Why am I stop video? Why am I not visible? Preview profile, mute my video, blur my background. Why is it that I'm not visible? Any quick idea on that? Edit profile. Camera is on. Okay, there it is, right?
Yeah, now it's come.
Okay. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for your patience. With these technical glitches occur sometimes, and I'm sure all of us have faced them at some time or the other in our lives, right? Yes.
Yeah,
So
Yes,
that's
yes.
thanks for your
so.
patience. Yeah, thanks for your patience. Yeah. Okay. So, Sunita, I'm hanging up here. All right. Good. Go ahead. Yeah. We
Yeah,
are all good.
just
Yeah.
a minute. So, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining in on time. Uh, before we welcome to the 63rd episode of Friday Fleet Community. Now, Friday Fleet is a community of women professionals that has been created with the vision of supporting and empowering the females in both their personal and professional development. It is a brainchild of CA Kalpana Thakur and CA Poonam Pathak under the guidance of CA Dr. CA Rajkumar Thukia sir. Now, unfortunately, both of them are traveling today and they have poor connectivity. So they promised today they're going to join in, but like you saw just right now what happened. So we are at the mercy of uh, electronics, internet, connectivity, Wi-Fi. Though it is a boon, but it comes with its challenges as well. So now what the community is all about is every Friday we come together to host a session to explore various opportunities in the professional world as well as focusing on the personal development of all our female members, community members. The goal is to equip each of us with practical tools as well as strategies for our personal growth and development. This episode being a very special episode, it is being jointly done with the Center for Excellence. The Center for Excellence is a 34-year-old organization led by an international motivational TEDx speaker, Mr. Nikhil Desai himself. And it has been honored with Global Excellence in Training and Development. Their flagship program, In Pursuit of Excellence, is a game changer in unlocking human potential. The center is committed to enhancing the performance and productivity of the organization that they help. And what do? They help the performance and productivity of their greatest assets, that is, their people. Now, let me just take you through an introduction of our esteemed speaker. So, Nikhil Desai is a globally acclaimed TEDx motivational speaker and trainer with over 34 years of experience. He's having inspired more than 250,000 participants across 42 countries. He's an MBA from USA with corporate and entrepreneurial success, having successfully run 8 businesses. Nikhil has trained executives from more than 2,000 organizations, including global giants like Deloitte, GE, the Tata Group, Siemens, Mahindra, Abbott, Wipro, Unilever, and the Barclays Bank. Known for his dynamic sessions in unique settings and practical approach, blended with storytelling and experience sharing to ensure a lasting transformation in his participants. Nikhil has received widespread media coverage and multiple international awards, including the Global Icon in Corporate Motivation, the Best Motivational Speaker and Trainer in India, the WOW Asia Award for Global Excellence in Motivational Speaking. His latest honor, the Big Impact Award, was presented by Dia Mirza herself amidst the business luminaries. Nikhil is also a passionate cricketer. He was featured in the iconic Cricket with Polly Umrigar series. He currently leads India's only certified motivational speaker program. Nikhil's commitment to enabling people and organizations to unleash their full potential continues to set him apart. So, uh, before I call upon Nikhil to start the session, we all are aware that these days, we're always rushing and time feels like a luxury that we are being deprived of. Only the other day, I caught myself, telling my daughter that I'm busy, and I don't have time to take you out for a lunch date. And as soon as I said that, I realized, the the goof up that I was making. This is the time when my daughter is a teenager, so this is a time wherein I have to have that bonding or increase that bonding, and yet I felt those words coming out of my mouth that I don't have time. And what to say about stress? That's a deal breaker, or there's something that comes along with everything that we deal in life. So through this session, Nikhil is going to help us take charge of our schedules, regain control of our energies, and build a life that feels lighter, sharper, and more fulfilling. Without much ado, I'm going to call Nikhil to the stage, virtual stage. So Nikhil, the stage is all yours.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Sunita, for the kind words. And please clarify if I'm audible and visible to everyone. Am I? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Great. So all the lovely 71 participants who have joined today, would you be kind enough to just write a W in the chat box so we know that you are all present today, because obviously there would be a few more people who might have registered, but doesn't matter. I'd at least know who actually attended the session. So thanks. I see the W's, the chats increasing with the W's. Please do that. I will say that maybe 2-3 times during the session, because there could be additional participants that are joining in at some point in time, but continue doing that, and thanks a lot. Right? Sunita has given a wonderful introduction, but they say that a picture speaks 1,000 words, and my team has prepared typically a few quick slides. So I won't go to take much time, but it'll take you about 3 minutes to just show you and run through these slides to get a pictorial introduction of Nikhil Desai, or the kind of work that I've been doing for 34 long years all over the world. Okay, may I request everybody, and Sunita, you're going to help mute people if needed? Yes? And Shrikant, if you can, and others who are unmuted, will appreciate the muting, which will help everybody to be attentive and part of this session. Okay, so starting with the presentation straight away. Manage your time, master your stress, energize your life. Can you see my screen? Yes? The first slide? Fantastic. Good. So
Yes.
Think it over. Henry Ford had said, anyone who stops learning is old, whether at 20 or 80. Anyone who keeps learning stays young. The greatest thing in life is to keep your mind young. And my request to all you, my dear participants, is we need to make sure that we are always learning. If there's one thing that the pandemic taught us, is that we need to be learners always. And people who live in the world of yesterday are the learned people. We don't want to be learned people. We want to be the learners of tomorrow. And that is what is very, very critical for all of us. So while I did my MBA from the US, I give myself a bigger degree, and that is LLL. LLL means lifelong learner. I would like to, people who are in the group, please write, who would like to be lifelong learners? Please write LLL in the chat box. Yeah, please write LLL in the chat box. If you would also be, and you're committing yourself on this lovely day of 1st August 2025, that you are going to be a lifelong learner. Because whether it's managing time, whether it's managing stress, whether it's motivating yourself, if you are ready to wear that, it's going to make a big difference in your lives. So thank you for writing LLL, because sometimes you get bored in life. And I say that if you are a lifelong learner, you will not have any time for boredom. international motivational TEDx speaker for 34 years, 42 countries, 2,000 companies, plan to take the figure of 250,000 to the 500,000 participants by the end of this decade. Writing a book called The 9 Habits of Super Successful People, featured with some of the best learning and development practitioners all over the world, and awarded India's best corporate motivational speaker. Then at the WOW Award, which was awarded by Mahesh Bhupati, a lifetime award at the World HRD Congress. Dia Mirza, which Sunita mentioned, TEDx talk. If you'd like to listen to it, feel free to go on TEDx. Interestingly, did a program on the Royal Caribbean cruise where we had 300 people, including 2 former ambassadors of India. And I'm sure all of you agree, going on a cruise is fun, but actually being invited to do a motivational program on a cruise was even more fun, right? How many of you love to play or watch cricket? If you like to play or watch cricket, I'd like you to write CRI in the chat box. If you'd like to watch or play cricket, please write CRI in the chat box. CRI stands for cricket, right? Please write. I love it. I mean, I've been a cricketer. I played with a lot of Ranji Trophy and some test players also in my younger days. But then I had to take a call whether to actually go to the US to get my MBA or pursue cricket. And it was a no-brainer. India didn't have much, no IPLs and anything at that time. So sharing the dais even with Sunil Gavaskar, been done many programs where we've been talking on the same stage, and HR Training Company of the Year with some beautiful clients worldwide. For British Gas, I even fly by helicopter in the oceans and run programs, right? So as I said, lifelong learning is the superpower that will elevate you to new heights. Everyone does need a coach in life. Are stress levels rising worldwide? If you agree with this, write AG in the chat box. If you see that stress levels are rising worldwide, please write AG in the chat box. Yes, you agree that stress levels are rising. Before the pandemic, there was stress. The pandemic caused us more stress, right? And after the pandemic had just settled down and we had the Ukraine-Russia war, so stress levels are indeed rising. American Institute of Stress showed in New York a survey that $300 billion is the cost of healthcare miswork and stress reduction. That's a lot of money, right? In India, we don't have these perfect statistics, but I'm sure in India also, it would be a big concern. So what is stress? I would like somebody to write in the chat box your definition. What is stress? Anybody wants to write your definition of stress in the chat box? Yes? Any definition of stress? We won't allow people to actually speak it out in the interest of time. Maybe towards the end, if we have time, we will see if we can keep our videos on. But right now, I think we are good without the videos. Yeah, people who have just joined in, please write a W also in the chat box indicating you are in the webinar. Okay. All right. Wonderful. A lot of people agree stress levels are rising, overworked when things do not happen according to us. Wonderful. Stress when we are not able to manage, prolonged anxiety and worries. Absolutely. Right. Uh, Keeping unwanted things inside. Yes. Things are outside our control. True, true. Emotional, physical tension. When you feel under pressure and worried about something, sure. Yeah. And the number of things that we worry about, managing time, Vaibhav said it beautifully, right? That if we don't manage our time, it causes us stress. And if we are stressed, we can't manage our time. So it's a bit interrelated. And that's why this topic, stress starts when our desired and expected things don't happen. Sure. Oh, Paris, so beautiful. Overthinking about the past and worrying about the future. Feeling under pressure, procrastination. Yes, Dushan, thank you for the W. Anybody else can also add the W's. Very good. Good answers. Lovely, lovely. So let's see what I say about stress. I believe stress is our internal response to a situation we find hard to manage. So whatever is the situation, if we find it hard to manage, it is stress. It is also the wear and tear that our body and mind experiences as we adjust to a continually changing environment. And the environment is changing faster than ever before in the history of mankind. And any change causes us stress. So, what's the relationship between stress and job performance? Or in fact, performance in any area of life, right? When stress is very low, performance is also low. Like typically, sometimes you go to government organizations, I'm not saying all of them, but sometimes they no stress, they have a safe job, everything is fine, nobody's going to kick them out, then what happens? Performance also tends to be low. But when stress increases, performance improves. When you have deadlines, right? We see most of us work better under deadlines, goals, targets, right? But when stress becomes too much, then performance actually declines. Not only does performance decline, when stress is too much, what else will decline? I like a few things on the chat box. If your stress is too high, what else will decline besides performance? Of course, performance is one thing. What else will decline? What else will decline? Yes, yes, health, absolutely. Health, very big. What else will decline? What else besides health? Yes. Mental stability, awesome. Yes. What else will decline? Relationships, Lim, very true. Very true. CL Lim is one of my uh, participants from Malaysia. Yeah. So Lim, wonderful. I had the opportunity of conducting a program at KLCC, which is Kuala Lumpur Convention Center, where after the program, as one of the best speakers of the conference, we had dinner with the king, was invited to have dinner with the King and Queen of Malaysia. So Lim, that's for you. Okay, great. Health and relationship, mental health, rest and all things in life. Absolutely right. So if I look at everything, yes, if I look at everything, my friends, it falls into four categories. Okay, there are four buckets. One, it reduces productivity. Second, as you rightly all said, it affects health. Third, it drains energy. And fourth, it can strain relationship. Too high a price to pay for not managing our stress well, right? So we need to make sure that we manage it much better. So what are the benefits when we manage it well? Of course, performance improves, improve problem solving and decision making. When did Archimedes say Eureka? He said it when he was in the bathtub. That means he was relaxed. And therefore, we too need to make sure that if we know how to de stress ourselves, our problem solving abilities, our decision making abilities will improve. Seeing better ways to succeed. Albert Einstein had said if you keep doing things the way you are doing, you will keep getting the same results you're getting. If you want better results, you have to learn to do things differently, right? Responding well to crisis. And some of us, when we have a crisis, we can't manage it well. We go haywire. And some of people are able to be calm and control under crisis too. Better interpersonal communication. When you are stressed, you are not able to communicate with another person who's not even a cause of your stress appropriately, right? So colleagues and others also suffer. So we need to make sure that we are de-stressed and of course, enhanced health and vitality, right? So how do you resolve stress, my friends? There are three ways. One, you take some action, okay? For example, if I'm here and somebody outside is making some noise, I'll say, please close the door so that I'm not affected by the sound outside. It's a simple example of taking action. Second is perception oriented. We need to change the way we look at the world. Our worldview has to change. We can't really accept everything just the way we want it. And therefore, that point comes in of acceptance oriented. There's a beautiful prayer called the Serenity Prayer. When I say it, some of you will agree that you've heard it. It says, God, give me the courage to change the things I can change, the serenity or calmness of mind to accept the things I cannot change, and the wisdom to know the difference. Yes, my friends, we should know what is it that we can change, what is it that we can't change, and we must not break our head and stress over ourselves over things that we can't change. But you know what? We tried managing these things, but mind has its own limitations. And therefore, we need to go beyond the mind. And that is what I call we have to, instead of only resolving stress, we have to dissolve stress. And one of the best ways is to music. We used to produce a CD called Music for True Relaxation. That was a time when CDs were in fashion and they used to sell a lot at, music stores and other places. But now, of course, whatever music that you like to listen, if you take some time out to listen, it's great. Two, yoga is wonderful, right? I personally did a 9-month diploma in yogic education, right? So yoga is wonderful. Some of the asanas, especially the pranayam called Brahmari, is very, very good for helping you feel calm and relaxed, right? I would like you to actually take you through this Brahmari right now. So I would like you, if you wish to open your videos now, you can. If not, please listen to my instructions and be with me. So what we are now going to do, my friends, is we are going to take our index finger, place it outside, right? Place it outside the ear, the little flap of the ear. Keep our spine erect, and then very, very slowly you will breathe in. And when you breathe out, you will make a humming bee sound like mm. Now you will close your eyes. You will do this 5 times with closed eyes. After you finish 5 times, you will add a gentle smile to your face and then open your eyes. Okay? So let's all do it together. Yeah? Breathe in. And when you breathe out, you have to exhale. Okay? Yeah. Mm. 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 Keep your eyes closed, hands on your thighs. Feel the vibrations, the calmness, the peace of mind. Do not open your eyes. Do not move your body. Be with your own breath. Be with your own self for the next minute or so. Completely silent and still. And when you do this with 100% focus and attention, you will find that your mind has got completely de-stressed. There was an ad that used to say, have a Kit Kat break. Who benefits when you used to have the Kit Kats? The Nestle, the company. But I always recommend to my participants, please have a Brahmari break. As soon as you get up in the morning, 5 rounds, 9 rounds of Brahmari. Anytime during the day you're a little tired or stressed, again, and just before you go to sleep at night, again, 5 or 9 rounds of Brahmari will really make you feel good. If you felt good, my friends, I would like you to write FG in the chat box. By doing Brahmari, if you felt good, please write FG in the chat box. If you felt good, write FG in the chat box. So we know that you did it and you felt good about Brahmari. And it's a simple but powerful technique that you should use on a daily basis, which doesn't cost you anything, but gives you huge benefits. The other important thing, my friends, is of course laughter. Exercise is important. Exercise produces endorphins in the body, and laughter, they say, is the best medicine. But many times people say, Nikhil, I can't laugh. How do I laugh at office? When I laugh at home, somebody at home has an issue. So I've created today one laughter, not today, but I've created a laughter which I'm going to demo today, which I call silent laughter, which all of us, my friends, can practice. Go into one room called the bathroom, close the door in your home, and if you have an issue that somebody has an issue about your laughing, and just laugh silently. So I'm going to stand up. I'm going to demo this to you, right? And I'll do one round of demo, and then we will do 5 rounds together. If you want your videos on, you can keep them on. Off is also fine. It's up to you. So the first round goes like this. I'm going to breathe in, go down, breathe in, and then I'm going to actually breathe out, and I'm going to move my hands left to right, and a few times. That'll be round one, and like that, it'll be 5 rounds. So first round is a demo round. Breathe in, This is a demo. Now, all of you can join me, sitting or standing. Standing is preferred. Video on or off, choice is yours. 5 rounds, follow my instructions. Round number 1, breathe in. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Eyes closed. Left hand on your chest. Observe your breathing. Feel the heartbeats increase. Feel the flow of pranic energy through every cell of your body. And you're feeling good. And remember, people who feel good about themselves produce good results in their lives. So get in touch with this feeling on a regular basis. Smile more often. Laugh more often. Be sincere in life, but don't be serious in life. All right, friends. So if you felt great after doing the laughter, I want you to write GRT in the chat box. If you felt great after doing the laughter, please write GRT in the chat box, which means that you felt great. And if you felt great, you should, I'm sure, continue doing this on a regular basis whenever you get a chance. Ideally, every day. Ideally, every day. All right. So, my friends, from managing stress, we're going to move to managing time. Malcolm Forbes had said, if you ask me what I'd like to buy, it is time. Right? Amitabh Bachchan said, I wish my day was of 48 hours because even at this age and stage of his life, he's so busy. Alan Lakin, a master in time management, said, master your time and master your life. And J.R.D. Tata, when a young person went up to him and said, sir, I want to be a very successful person like you. Teach me the secrets of success. He said, keep your word and keep your time. Thomas Watson of IBM said, the most important principle of corporate management is time management. Caterpillar in Singapore invited me once to conduct a time management program, and they invited people from 7 countries, Asia Pacific, to attend. China, Hong Kong, Malaysia, Thailand, Cambodia. Imagine how much money they spend because they realize time management is very, very important. So one of the most important things in time management is to decide your goals, because it has a lot of benefits. But people don't set goals for various reasons, or they don't set powerful goals. So always remember, goals give you the power of direction in your life. And therefore, goal setting is must. If you don't have goals, then how you manage your time doesn't make a difference. Diagnose your current time utilization. Understand the power of the pulse of time. Develop time consciousness, my friends. Remember, it is irreversible and irretrievable. It has to be utilized productively and immediately. Handle time like money. 86,400 daily. What is the 86,400? The number of seconds in a day. If your second, 1 second was worth 1 rupee, 1 minute was 60 rupees, 1 hour was 3,600, I'm sure you'd be a little more conscious of how you spent your time. So make sure that you plan your day well, because poor planning produces poor performance. Always keep all your tasks on a master list and then block off your time, your planner, for major activities. Every day your to-do list must be prepared, ideally in the evening, not on the next morning, and make the to-do list with the whole week in perspective, because sometimes Sunday is a better day to do some of the things that you cannot do on a weekday. Monday is a bad day because it's a very hectic first day. So don't overschedule your Monday with things that can be done on a Wednesday, Thursday. So plan that and keep that in perspective. Ask before you do it, can someone else do it? What is that? It's a question of delegation. And separate your list into A, B, C categories so you don't get caught up with doing all the C work and the B work when A is not done. Group related activities to concentrate your efforts and keep buffer time. Allow for the unexpected. But please make sure that you review your list every day, throughout the day. Sometimes people, make a list and then till afternoon they've not looked at it and some important things are left out. The time management matrix is very important to prioritize because it has 4 important quadrants. Quadrant 1 is things that are important and urgent. That is quadrant number 1. We need to make sure that we are very active and doing things that are needed to be completed in time. And therefore, we must do that. And I call that the quadrant of productivity. Quadrant 2 is not urgent but important. And I want you to understand this is the quadrant of quality. Today, many of you are attending this session. It's an important session. It may not be super urgent, but because you have attended, it will give you a lot of benefits. Quadrant 3 is urgent and not important. I call it the quadrant of noise. While you're sitting in the seminar, some call may come. It may not be an important call. And yet, if you pick it up, it's something that made noise and was not relevant. And finally, quadrant 4 is the quadrant of waste. You should not be there. It's not urgent, not important. Why? Okay, we are human beings. We let it be. Little bit is okay, but make sure you reduce quadrant 4 significantly. My request to everybody, I see there are 98, 99 participants. Please write a W if you have not already written W. So I know that you were in the webinar. If you have not written W, I know about 40, 50 people had already written it earlier. And I'm just requesting you. Otherwise, we will not know that you were present over here. Okay. In fact, okay. So now from the time management matrix, we go to delegating effectively. Remember, you can't do everything, right? Others can. So you need to trust them. Now you need to do things. Delegation happens to machine and to men. And by men, I mean women also, right? But just to make it 2 M's, I put machines and men, right? And therefore, you need to learn if there's something that you don't know. And to men, or women, you need to teach and clarify. Management. Some of you are managers, leaders. You need to get things done by others. More delegation means you can do more, right? So before you want to make delegation work effectively, ask yourself 3 questions. Does he or she have the ability to take on the task? Does he or she have the right level of motivation to take on the task? Does he or she be able to handle the extra workload? Based on that, you need to delegate, not just dump on people. Sometimes I see in companies, all the star performers get dumped with a lot of things. Oh, we've hit a century, 100 participants, right? Why don't we write a C in the chat box, CL, for a clap? Yeah, it's an applause. Yeah, even in today's time, or you can do this if you want to do it non-verbally. Otherwise, just CL means you are applauding the fact that in today's time, there is, and as a cricketer, I always like centuries. So getting 100 participants in is awesome. That's wonderful. That makes me feel very nice that my time is being well, understood and utilized. Delete all non-essentials. Goals give you the power of what to do. When you delete non-essentials, it gives you the power of what not to do. That is also important. Delete all time wasters ruthlessly in your life. Remember, why time management is important? Because the demand is growing, but the supply is constant. So very simple, you ask yourself the question, if not done, what will happen? Right? Nothing? Then leave it. And you will be able to, when you leave things that are not important, you will be able to leap towards your goals. Do it today. Procrastination is a very, very bad thing. It's something that is the biggest disease in time management. So whatever is important and urgent, my request is be tough with yourself and work on it. Do not procrastinate, because whatever is difficult, it will take longer if you procrastinate. Whatever is only important will become urgent. Your health, if you don't take care of it now, procrastinate, what will happen? Later, some major issue, you will have to do much more work, right? So why do we delay? Find out and work ruthlessly on eliminating procrastination in your life. Remember, my friends, the clock of life is wound but once, and no one has the power to tell just when the hand will stop at a late or early hour. Now is the only time we own. Live, love, and toil with a will. Leave nothing for tomorrow, for the clock may then be still. Very, very powerful, powerful way to end this session, right? Because I'm going to leave a lot of time for Q&A. I know some of you would have questions, and I prefer that instead of me spending my whole 1 hour only on my presentation, I definitely love to take questions from the audience also, because sometimes your question is also the question of other people, and everybody benefits as a result. Before that, let me just share with you our important offerings. My friends, me and my team, we do a lot of one-to-one coaching. I do not know why this slide is not showing, but it doesn't matter. I'll tell it to you verbally. So if uh, that's one thing we do. The other thing we do is power-packed online motivational sessions, right? In-house and open house. And we also have open programs in Mumbai, which we're going to schedule in 1 or 2 days, full day programs. So anybody's interested, feel free to ping me or email me. You can email the email ID through which you registered. And if you would want my WhatsApp number, you can ping me. The number is 982-000-4111. I repeat, 982-000-4111. I'm in Hyderabad right now. I'll be back in Mumbai tomorrow. And then Monday onwards, we will be responding to any of your queries that you may have regarding this, right? So, yeah, there you go. Okay. No worries. So what has happened is, I think I lost screen sharing, but I will try and do it one more time. Okay. Although I've actually completed my presentation, so I don't really need to. We can take questions right away. Sunitha, do you want to help people bring in the questions? Would that be a good idea? Yes?
Yes, there
Yeah.
was a question in the chat. Someone was
Okay.
asking, are there any templates or some kind of guidance that you can give for the time
For time
sheets?
management?
Yes.
Yeah, time sheets. Yeah. So right now, what I highly recommend, this is such an important program that just working by yourself, yeah, like even Bill Gates had said, you need a coach, right? So we have a team of coaches. If you will ping me, I'll share with you what we can do with you all online and offline. I have in our years of practice realized that people who take sheets and other things don't end up really working the way they should. So my humble request is that invest in yourself. The biggest investment we can make is not in the stock markets, but in ourselves. And therefore, don't be miserly in investing yourself, but a coach will definitely help you in getting better results. So I would say take that route instead of just trying to take some sheets where it won't work as well. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions? Sunita, were there any other questions? Otherwise, people can ask now.
So there's another question about any websites or AI tools to manage time in professional and personal life. Priyanka wants to find out.
Well, I would suggest that you go to Alan Lakin. He is a master at time management. So if you visit his website, you would get the information that you might be helpful to you.
So what are your thoughts about having accountability partners?
Very, very important. Very important. I always say if you have an accountability partner, it's going to work well for both of y'all. If you don't have accountability partners, human beings by design, unfortunately, are not accountable to themselves. And therefore, having accountability partners is a fantastic idea for anything in life, any goal that you want to achieve. Yes? Hello?
Other questions? Anyone else has a question?
Anything on stress?
So I have a question, Nikhil.
Sure, Sunita. Yes.
So before I said, someone wants to ask, is multitasking okay? So there's a lot
Yeah,
of
that's a great question. That's a great question on multitasking. Now, see, in theory, multitasking should not be done. In theory, I say.
yeah.
Because when you focus on one task, you can give it 100% attention, get a better quality result, and then move to the second task. But life doesn't work that way, right? So if you say that no, you should never multitask, no. But if you have the tendency of being like a butterfly flitting from one task to the other, my request is that should definitely be curtailed. So multitasking, not a great idea, but in the practical world, you would have to. So minimize it to the extent that is really needed. Do not be like a butterfly.
There's another question about any book references that you would suggest in your experience and in your knowledge, which will provide a lot of valid, you know, um, content to.
Yeah. Again, as I said, one person I really like is Alan Lakin. He's written books on this subject also. So you would definitely like to read his books. He is a master on time management. He has been one for many decades. So I would highly recommend that you read his books.
Okay. So Shikha also has a question. What daily habits or mindset shifts do you believe are most effective in building long-term resilience against stress?
I think most important daily habit should be as soon as you get up in the morning, you should add a smile to your face. Very simple, very effective. The minute you get up with that smile on your face, yesterday's problems and yesterday's negative energy starts getting not affecting you today. So I do that wherever I am. Yesterday I'm in Hyderabad, tomorrow I'll be in Mumbai. But wherever I am, when I get up in the morning, I do three things. I join my hands together, add a smile to my face for no reason. Then I say, thank you, God, for one more day for making a difference in people's lives. So that's an attitude of gratitude. Because we know when we got up in the morning, there were other people who didn't get up. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
Right? And the third thing I say to myself, irrespective of what happens, nobody or no situation will take away the inner smile. I say inner, not just outside, because sometimes, you may not be able to smile when there's something very negative happening, but at least inside you're not disturbed, right? So in
Right.
Hindi, I say, कोई भी परिस्थिति या व्यक्ति मेरी मेरी मुस्कान छीन नहीं सकती है, right? I think that's
Right.
very critical.
Yeah. So before Apna has a question.
Yes,
Yes,
Apna.
yes, madam. Hi,
Yes.
this is Apna Pariga, sir.
Hi.
Actually, my question is that this current scenario, we have lots of distractions. So, any process or any rule you can suggest me how to concentrate in my work and to meditate myself to
Sure.
concentrate on my works.
Wonderful. So there's a lovely practice which helps us in managing, improving our concentration levels. It's a practice called Atak. Okay. So you can use a candle flame and uh, make in a dark room. So you draw the curtains and then you light the candle, keep it at about 1 arm's length distance, 1 hand distance at eye level, right? And sit quietly either in Sukhasana or Vajrasana and just gaze at the candle without blinking till your eyes water. Now, there are two benefits of this practice. Apna, one practice is that your eyesight also benefits. Okay. So,
Correct,
with
sir.
so much screen time, there is a lot of dry eyes syndrome and otherwise. We exercise all parts of our body. We don't exercise our eyes. Correct or not?
Correct,
Eyes are
sir.
a
Correct,
window of
sir.
the soul. We don't even take care of it. Forget
Correct.
exercising it. So the least thing we can do is Tratak, let it water naturally instead of putting all the teardrops and all that stuff, right? And so that benefit to the eye. And when you start doing that, whether you sit for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you slowly develop the habit of
Yes.
concentration. Now you can concentrate on something that's, you know, like very difficult to concentrate initially because you're just looking at the candle flame. You're not used to just like that, right? And then you'll be able to concentrate on the other things in life also. Yeah, Apna?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Most welcome. Yeah,
So there's one more question. This
sure.
is from Ganeshwar Nayak, and
Hi, Ganesh.
he wants to find out, asking
Yeah,
whether too much of following strict timings is going to increase the stress levels as well.
excellent question. Too much of strict timing could increase stress levels, so you do not have to become very rigid. Time management is not about rigidity, it is also about flexibility, and it is also about balance. The point is that when I say prepare a weekly plan, your weekly plan should every day within the week should have at least half an hour or 1 hour of buffer time. That means you are not so rigid that something takes a little longer than what you expected, and then you suddenly go haywire. Now you're more stressed because your meeting with your client, meeting with your boss took longer and you had a problem, right? So you don't have to make it very, you have to plan, because without planning, as I always say, if you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. Okay. Planning is important, but planning doesn't mean rigidity. Within the plan, you can incorporate flexibility, right?
Thank you,
How
sir.
to do that will vary from person to person and schedule to schedule. Are you getting my point? That's
Yes.
one example I gave you, that my days are very hectic, but within my day, I still have always half an hour of a day, which is very flexible. So I can adjust things. Don't be too rigid. No, don't be very harsh on yourself. Life is also to be, in a fun, joyous way to be lived. So don't do that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Does it answer your
Pranavi
question?
has a question.
Who's
Sorry.
it
Yeah.
now? Pallavi? Who's
Yeah,
it?
sir, Pranavi, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, Pranavi. Yes.
And yeah, I just have a doubt, sir. Actually, as you said, multitask is not really a good option. I usually meditate, but then these days I've got a feedback telling that, when you meditate, you're not supposed to focus on multiple things. As you said, then you're focusing things in multiple directions. So will that contradict the concept of doing meditation and doing all these stuffs at a go or something?
Well, what is meditation? Meditation is not concentration. First of all, we need to understand meditation is not concentration. What is meditation? Meditation is attention without tension. When you can be aware, when you can be
Okay.
attentive, right? Without tension, you're in a meditative state. So when we practice 10, 20 minutes of meditation every day, it is only the practice of meditation. We want to live our life in a meditative way, then ideally everything we do, we have to try to do in a meditative way, which means when we eat, we should eat our food in a meditative way, which means we should feel the juices, we should feel it, we should chew it well. If we do that, we are eating in a meditative way. But let's say we don't do that, then we're actually causing issues. We walk, we should be walking in a meditative way. Now, this is ideal. Now, why we don't do it 100% ideal, at least let's move to 80, 90% levels. Are you getting, Pranavi? Right? So
Sir,
one thing, yes,
I just lost the connectivity.
you lost connectivity.
Attention without tension.
So you want me to
Yeah,
repeat the
attention without tension.
Okay, attention
Please.
without tension is meditation. I always often say meditation will be the medication of this century. So we need to make sure a lot of our diseases are psychosomatic. Psychosomatic means they originate in the mind and manifest in the body. And therefore,
Okay.
meditation helps us. Just like we have a bath every day for our body, meditation is the bath for our mind. And we need to have that every day. Okay. Now, what you said about multitasking, there's no
Yeah.
question. When you're meditating, there's no multi possible. There's only one simple focus. By any chance, if thoughts come in your mind during the meditative state, just let them pass by like clouds in the sky. Do not interact with them. Do not say why these are black clouds, why these are white clouds, why these are gray clouds. Just let them pass by. You are a witness. In meditation, you are not blank. There will be some thoughts that may come.
Sir,
Initially a question.
what
Yes, please.
I Sir,
Yes,
what I mean to say is like after the meditation session,
yes.
one of my trainer has told me that don't try to put yourself into multiple fields, which is not
Uh,
advisable.
yeah, so what the trainer is recommending is don't do multitasking, na? After meditation. Is
Yes,
that what the trainer is
multiple fields.
recommending? Yeah, so
Yes,
I
sir.
think, yeah, so we
He
discussed
means to
that. That
say that he
yes.
means to say that you just directly don't jump into practicing music and then again book reading, then again going for swimming, then again. I mean, multiple acts. Please don't try to do it. Just
So,
relax and
so,
focus only on one thing.
so
He
that
told.
is always better, no,
So that
Pranavi?
was my answer.
No, that is always better. Why should you jump from
Okay.
music to
All
book
right.
to this? Enjoy the music. It takes a certain time to enjoy it. 5 minutes of music, 5 minutes of book read, 5 minutes of going for a swim doesn't make sense, no? Right? So definitely, you take the juice out of any
Yes, sir.
activity, it takes time. So whether you do meditation or whether after meditation or even otherwise, jumping around for the sake of jumping around is never a good idea. It's only when you can't help it. Now you are in an office, you're doing working on something, but your boss calls, you can't say, boss, I can't multitask. You can't do that, na? Right?
Yes.
Okay?
Yes. Okay, so thank you so
So
much, sir.
there's
Yeah.
a question from Shobha, and she says, how can I avoid procrastination?
Oh, lovely question, Shobha. Congratulations. Procrastination, as I said, is the biggest disease in for time management. Okay. So there are several ways to avoid procrastination. One of them is if you have a big project, the tendency is to procrastinate. So what do? Cut that project into small pieces, right? It's like having a watermelon. Do you eat a watermelon? Hop, 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 big watermelon, you cut it into pieces and then have it one piece at a time. Similarly, whatever you're procrastinating, if it is a big item, cut it into pieces that are manageable. Put this piece, okay, tomorrow, 4 o'clock to 4:30. You've been procrastinating because you know this whole project is going to take 5 hours and you don't have 5 hours. So cut it into 4 or 5 parts. Got it? Right? Then, for example, put it in a regular schedule. If it's possible, say, I will do this every Thursday from 4 to 4:30. If it's not super urgent, then whether it takes 1 month, no problem. 4 weeks, every Thursday. If it's more important, 3 times a week. Whatever that time is, cut it into pieces is one of the most important ideas. It's like what it's called poking a hole in the cheese. Do whatever you can, but do it bite size so that you can make a movement. When you sometimes find that you move a little bit, you have the momentum to move more. Otherwise, with procrastination, you just get stuck even before you take the first step. Okay? All
Right.
right.
So I think this answers the next question as well, but I'll read the
And
question for
and and
you.
the next question would be the last question. We are at
Uh,
4:56.
yeah, there are a couple more questions.
Yeah, so we'll quickly take because from here after this session, of course I'm also a person who doesn't like to keep other people there for beyond what we ask them to be 5, but also I'm moving
You have other engagements. Yes, we do understand.
in-person session, which is starting at 6 o'clock in Hyderabad, where I need to go. The car has already come to pick me up,
Right.
and I will be leaving. So no worries, but I honor my time, and we take the last one or maximum 2 questions.
Okay.
Right? Fair
Okay.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then in the meanwhile, because I want people to write their feedback. People say, I've done this for 34 years. I've been doing it 16 more years. I plan to take it to 50 years. I want you to write your feedback in the chat box, please, as I answer the last 2 questions. How did you pick up one idea? Did you like the session? Because I always believe feedback is the breakfast of champions. And many people say, how did you manage this? How do you manage this for 34 years and more years that to come? I said, when I read the feedback of the participants at the end of my session, that is what is my motivating factor. So may I request all of you to write your feedback in whatever words you want, right, in the chat box while I answer the 2 questions. Huh? Okay, go ahead. So in a way, I'm asking you slightly to multitask. You listen to my answer also, right? Sometimes in the interest of time, we have to do it. And also write your feedback. Go ahead. Come on. Question.
Right.
Yes, Sunita.
So the question was, I lost the question. Just a minute. This was about how successful people
Ah.
um, Just a minute. So sorry.
No worries. Ask the
Uh,
next question if you have.
Okay, how successful people stay productive without falling into the trap of procrastination. So
Yeah, I think I gave an
yeah,
example.
yes,
They,
this I
they,
said that this
they,
answers. Yeah.
yeah, yes. So
So
next question.
the question is from Nuba, and she says, when I start working on a task, another task or client comes, and then I have to move all my attention to that.
Yeah,
This way, I'm not able to concentrate on one
yeah,
work. In
yeah,
my PC, you can see multiple folders and sheets open so that
yeah,
I can remember that I
yeah,
have to do all these. Does this
yeah.
happen with everyone, or am I the only
Mm.
one with this problem of task management?
Yeah, very good question. And the answer is yes, it happens in varying degrees to a lot of people, right? So is it you're not the only one for sure, right? And the very fact that when you sometimes you know you're not the only one, it de-stresses you, right? Because sometimes you feel no, I am the only one with this problem, you feel worse. So feel safe and happy that there are other people in the same boat. Okay. But that doesn't mean still that that same boat is good for everyone. No, right? So same thing. Don't worry too much. Try to minimize. Don't keep so many tabs and everything open that you are then constantly, worrying and wondering. Plan a little better. Take it one bit at a time. Say I've been always having 20 tabs open. Okay, from tomorrow I'll count them. I won't have more than 15 today, right? Something. Initially, it might sound a little routine, but then you'll find that you will benefit from that. Yeah. Okay.
So
Yes.
this question I want you to answer. I'm so
Sure.
sorry about this because this is about your
No.
mental peace and all. So
Yeah.
Ganesh is asking, how can we stay calm when someone won't change a small bad habit?
No,
Uh,
I'm sorry. How can we stay calm?
when someone won't change a small bad habit, that means that you are what he's trying to say is he's influenced by the fact that he's trying to make someone change a bad habit, and he's irritated by the fact that they're not working on it.
Wonderful. So it's a question of wanting to change somebody else. First of all,
Yes.
always understand the fact that we can't change anybody. Okay. We can only create an environment where possibly they will change. And if our environment has negative energy, then that change will not occur. So the very fact that you said that, I get irritated, I get upset, I can't stay calm. The minute you're not calm, then you already disturbed that environment without your knowing it. So my request is please stay calm, please have patience. Different people are in different phases and journeys of their life. If we do not respect that, then there is a chance that we will get frustrated and we will not achieve the result. If they are not able to match your expectation, please accept. That is where the AAA formula comes in. Accept the things you can't change. Remember that?
Right.
Remember that prayer, serenity prayer?
Yeah.
Accept the things you can't change. Work on it. Don't work, but work on it with joy. Yeah. Don't work on it as a tedious process. Yes.
Does
Yeah.
overthinking count as stress?
Overthinking could cause stress, so it's better that you start to eliminate it. I always say there are four types of thinking. Routine thoughts. I get up in the morning, go to the bathroom, brush, routine. Two, positive thoughts. We know what positive are. Negative, we know what negative are. And the fourth type of thought is overthinking, which I call waste thoughts. So it is not negative, it is not positive, but it is waste. So anything that's waste, you should eliminate, isn't it? Why should we have waste? So become a little more aware. I give people what I call a rubber band technique. For people who have negativity, I say wear a rubber band. Every time you're negative, pull the rubber band a little bit. If you're overthinking, wear that rubber band because you have that habit. Pull the rubber band and you'll realize how many times you rubber band you pull during the day, you will realize. And because you become conscious, you will reduce it. That's one little tip and technique. Yes.
I think there are a few more questions, but in the interest of time, shortage
my
of
my
time.
request my request to those who have these questions, you can take my email id or WhatsApp number. WhatsApp I already said, I'll put it in the chat box, and you can mail I'll put you my email ID, which I see on the phone. If possible, in spite of the hectic schedules, I will try to respond to them, right?
We've also shared a link, feedback link, so you can give your responses over there also, and we'll connect with Nikhil and we'll share them. So before I give my formal vote of thanks, I'd like to ask Dr. C.A. Rajkumar Adhukia sir is also here, and he's
Okay.
wanting to ask you something and share his thoughts.
Yeah.
Adhukia sir.
नहीं, the seeing Nikhil Desai ji itself increases the energy 1000 times. I have been seeing him taking session and, spellbound session. Every second we want to hear him. And I just heard you, Nikhil ji, for maybe 5-7 minutes, but it has made my day and maybe my year. And
Thank you,
especially
Rajkumar.
this
Thank you.
waste energy, I like this idea.
Thank
कचरा
you.
पेटी को नहीं रखना है. Thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Yes, yes. Pleasure to hear your voice and pleasure to hear your thoughts.
Thank you, Nikhil ji.
My pleasure.
So, thank you. So I'll start with my formal vote of thanks. Thank you so much, Nikhil sir, for okay. I have a certificate of appreciation that I wanted to share, but I think I can't share my screen.
It's okay. You can mail it if you wish to.
Yes, I'll mail that out.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for taking your time out and sharing, giving us tips on how to actually work on ourselves. I see Kalpana also here, so she's able to get the connection. So I'm so sorry, Nikhil. I'm going to give the stage to Kalpana, and she's going to share a vote of thanks with you. As it is, we can't
Okay.
share. So she's
All
one of
right.
the founders. Kalpana, please.
Yes, thank you, Sunita. So I will call this law of attraction. I am currently in Muzaffarpur, Muzaffarpur branch of ICM. And unfortunately, I didn't get the opportunity to hear live to our esteemed speaker, Nikhil sir. We are grateful from bottom of our heart. I'll tell you, sir, when I've texted you to invite for our session. Before that, I've messaged this. We have spoken, me and Sunita, we have spoken about that, whether you are going to accept our invitation or not. And I think my words are falling short to mention that how quickly you have accepted um, by knowing how what we are doing, what the kind of platform we have. So we are truly grateful for your time, and I'm sure our audience had a wonderful time and the enlightenment they have received from you. So we are truly grateful for all the learnings and the wisdom you have shared from your vast experience. Thank you so much.
Welcome, Kalpana. I want to quickly say, because I see a lot of people are dropping out, and even I'm going to drop out. There are two important things that have just happened, which I want to tell you all. For the first time after 5 long years, I will be running 5 public programs in Mumbai. Okay, so share it with your group and friends. I do not know. I'll share it with your group, and people who are present in this. If you have friends and others in Mumbai, just tell them to connect with me on email or WhatsApp, and we will send them. These are one-day program on 5 different topics, including this topic of today. There'll be a one-day program. That's one point. Second, on 20th August, I'm in Delhi. I know a lot of people of you are from NCR, right? And I was talking to Kalpana that if you want to do something, then maybe on the 21st, we could possibly do some session, like a half-day session or a one-day session. Some of you might want to be certified motivational speakers. Then I'm ready to do that one-day program there also on that. So there are many possibilities. I honestly and humbly suggest all of you make learning and investing in yourself the most important thing in your life from today. If nothing else you get from this 1st August 2025 program, then you will see the results happening again multiple fold. Okay, so these two things, if you can do, it would be absolutely useful to you, right? Okay, go ahead. I think we are done. Should we close it now?
Thank
Yeah,
you, sir.
I
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
thank
you.
you, everyone. Thank you so much for
Thank
the
you, Nikhil, sir. Yeah.
participants who actually make the show possible. So without you, there is no session. So thank you so much. Thank you so much to the Friday Fleet
Bye,
team.
everyone. May God
Thank you,
bless you
Nikhil.
all.
Thank you.
Bye, Nikhil, sir.
Keep
Bye-bye.
And have a great day
keep you
and
very, very
a
happy and
great
very
weekend ahead.
successful in your lives.
Boom.
Thank you. So the same, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye
Thank you.
bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.